What would you say if I told you you're prospecting too many people? Hey, I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter, and that's the topic we're going to dive into. I'm going to tell you why you're prospecting too many people, and the show begins right now.
You're listening to the Sales Hunter Podcast with Mark Hunter, where the focus is to help you as a sales leader sell with confidence and integrity. And now here's your host.
Hey, the argument I always hear is, I need more people in my prospect. I need a bigger prospecting funnel. I don't have enough in my, it goes on and on and on. Let me tell you something. I think it's just the opposite. I think you have too many people in there. And as a result, you're not able to dive down deep enough and really understand. Here's the whole situation. I find what happens is people are so focused on getting as many prospects as possible that once they get them in there, they don't know how to work with them. I was just talking with a person the other day and they said, tell me about how you mail merge your prospects. And I said, you don't mail merge. Now there's marketing efforts you can do for mass, but selling, prospecting is about going down deep with fewer. And this means I'm going to have fewer prospects that I'm reaching out to. I don't want to do mail merge with them. I don't want to do that because I want to be touching these people one-to-one, and I want to get as customized and as focused as possible. Here's the deal. You're probably chasing too many prospects, too many leads, because you have too big of an ICP. It's your ideal customer profile, and you got to narrow it down. You got to bring it down tight. I want you to look at what you define as your current ICP. And I want you to ask yourself, can I cut it in half? Example, talking to another salesperson today. And he said, my focus is with technology companies. And I said, that's way too broad. He said, I said, is it hardware or software? He said, well, it's software. Okay. Now, who, what, where? And we actually began narrowing it down to, it was purely SaaS software to industrial type firms. Okay. Now we're starting to get down. That's who you need to be focusing on. I was talking to another person. He said, well, we do a lot of leadership work and we do a lot of leadership work with all kinds of different companies. I said, hold it. That's too broad. Got it down to associations that have a chapter model, that have chapters, individual chapters around the country and around the world. That's where their focus is. The tighter you make your ICP, the more valuable you become for two reasons. One, you understand their needs better. You're going to be able to hear things. You're going to be able to understand them. You're going to be seen as a peer, much more to them, much faster to them than anybody else is who is trying to prospect broadly. Second, you're going to be using your time more efficiently. What does that mean? You're going to have the ability to do more customization of your messaging. You're going to have the ability to be tighter with your focus. You're going to have the ability to spend more time with them. What is that going to do? That's going to help you find out better what their needs are, what their challenges are, because here's the whole situation. In the lead prospecting phase is when I've got to really start uncovering what are the challenges that they're facing. If I'm waiting to try to find that out further down the pipe, I'm wasting my time, because my whole goal is I want you to earn the right to be in my sales pipeline. I want you to earn the right to be in my sales pipeline. And if you can't earn the right, I don't want you to. It begins with, can I help you? Because I understand your needs so tight. I'm going to challenge you right now. I want you to look at your ICP, and I want you to ask yourself this question: can I cut it in half? And I know that you can cut it in half, and you are not, don't argue with me. Don't sit there and say, well, I'm not going to have enough. I'm not going to have enough leads. You're going to have enough leads, because there are more leads out there than we ever thought imaginable. Back in the day when selling was purely door-to-door, one-to-one, you're right. You could only reach people within maybe a 2, 3, 5, 10-mile radius. Now it's global. What does that mean? That means the era of focus is upon us. And it begins with who you prospect and who you lead generate with. Hey, I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. This has been another short, focused podcast, 2 episodes a week. One short one like this, second one longer form with a deep dive, really talking about a deep dive subject with a subject matter expert. I do this for one reason: to help you see and achieve what you didn't think was possible. Would you do me a favor? Leave me a review on your favorite podcast app. And hey, I'll see you on the next episode. Great selling.